Lurks. They always lurk. Isn't it like the whole thing? I'm about to get into Kitsune lore. Is that what we're doing? Chat. My shoulders are not feeling good right now. I won't exist in this stream for long because I've got Chick-fil-A orientation day tomorrow. Enjoyment, here I come. Did you mean employment? I read enjoyment. Employment. That's good, though. I can imagine... I don't know. I will never be the guy who's like... Oh, actually, that job is super easy, because I don't think any job is easy. I've had enough jobs to know there's no such thing as an easy job. Even though some people will claim some jobs are easy. Those people are called assholes. That's what those people are called. I was supposed to go into work today, but the truck didn't come because of the snow. And I got told not to come in tomorrow because apparently they won't come because our parking lot is iced to hell. Be back later. Alright. Man, everyone's busy. It's Thursday. It's Wednesday night. It's fine, guys. It happens. It happens. What should be? Ah, it's fine. I don't know. I'm debating if I want to move stream back another hour, but at the same time, the reason I moved it to midnight, I got an achievement. Cool. I guess that was the bugged one. Yummer egg. Gibbous, is there anything you won't eat at this point? Because I just need to know. I need to be aware what I need to hide. Okay, so here's the thing with Scarlet Egg. And I mentioned this yesterday. Because of how Scarlet Egg works, I might actually be using hooks today, which means we can try turn back the clock on Pyramid Head. You don't like eggs, but I love hard-boiled eggs. I know I'm a weirdo for that, but I love hard-boiled eggs. As far as to combo with, like, I've done testing on this. It doesn't give you the thing for seal. It does work with photograph, obviously. It does reapply mannequin foot. Copper ring doesn't work with it. It doesn't make the trails last any longer. There's, like, really nothing to combo it with, realistically. So, just Cinderella's music box, because of course. That was the last Vector stream. It was fun. I found a way to make Vector an M1 killer. That's a thing we did. With this build right here. We figured it out. I cracked the code. Also, I forgot to put points into 11 and Dustin last night. I don't really know what else to run. Also, I have been informed that I was correct on Hex Hive Mind. That shit is broken on Dracula, Xenomorph, and Springtrap. Broken's a strong word, but that shit is good on them. Really good on them. But we're gonna be hooking, so I'll bring Forever and Twines. How about Freddy? I haven't heard anything about Freddy, but I'd assume so. Kassir hasn't told me, so I don't know. When she lets me know, I'll let y'all know. I would assume it's good on Freddy. All right, I'm hooking. That means I can use hook perks. Hook perks. What's a good hook perk? That isn't pain res. Oh, I could run thrilling for once. I could run thrilling and secret plan, actually. Yeah, let's give that a try. Why not? Fuck it. That's the other thing with hive minds. That's the other thing that's weird about with hive mind too is like throwing tremors kind of does its job, but it's not a hex. You don't have to hook anybody. You just throw it on and you're good. Like, you don't know the progress on the gem, but you know which ones are being worked on, which I think is more important. At least just me, I personally think that. Tinkerer also does the job kind of better because you know if a gem's at 70%. It's funny because I feel like if we had old Tinkerer, Hive Mind wouldn't work. It would be seen as not that good. Who knows though? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in like a couple weeks, someone will come up with a build that makes it like absolutely busted on every killer. I doubt it. Again, because of the hex. I think that's always going to be its downfall. Is whether or not the fact that it's a hex warrants the info it gives. So again, not the first time we ran Scarlet Egg before. Are you fucking serious? You gonna leave this one too? You just... Okay. She's just like, nah, mate, I don't want that torment. You would rather just die than take the torment. Okay. The far gen and the one up top. Okay. Can I hit that from down here? You do need line of sight, but, like... Oh, she's about to be real mad at her teammate. That Nia's about to be real mad at her teammate. I got messed up on a log. So the Nia has Dead Hard for sure, right? That is so convenient. Nia, you have Dead Hard. There's no way you don't. That works for me. Being able to blow up a gen as you walk by, it's so nice. It's just convenient. Like, the fact that I can just do this and just keep going. Again, it doesn't apply anything, which kind of sucks. It is still really nice, though. Yeah, I might just slap on photo just because we're doing what we're doing. Good dodge. Very good dodge. Doesn't matter. They're working on that Fargen still. I'm actually gonna... I'm gonna pop this one. Rolling Tremors, my beloved. I could have saved the kick, to be fair. What's the play, Nia? Okay, maybe you don't have Dead Hard. Why were you so adamant about not being hooked? Okay, they're working on no other gen. I know where 2 of them are. I know where 1 of them is. That was so nice. I just blew it up while I was in chase. I know she's running this way. Well, I thought she was running that way. How the fuck did I lose her? She has to be right here, right? She's... Where is she? How did you elude me? Did they didn't hop back on any gen? That will be the other problem with it, obviously, is just the, Does she know I know? I don't think she knew I knew. Also, V did use Total the Burden. I heard it. I just, there's, like, no point in me not just going after Robin right now. Whoop. Thrilling goes back off. They're not on either of the gens. I didn't think they'd be. Oh, nice little build here. And then you get undetectable from Thrilling, so, or Secret Project and Thrilling, so now I can just head back over? And they don't know I'm coming? Like, that's just super nice. I'm telling you guys, Scarlet Egg, like, I cannot believe I don't hear anyone talk about this fucking perk. It's so good. She's just waiting up top, and I just know she is. Hey, Robin, you gonna come for that flashlight save, or are we just gonna... Nope. Okay. I thought you dodged back into it. Bye, Robin. It's been fun. What did Nia have? Nothing. She had no hooking perks. Why did she care? I don't understand, people. Why did she care so much? Oh my god. Also, autodidact solidarity. Fucking Chad. That's a Chad build right there. Windows. You did have life. Sprint burst. Teamwork. Ugh. I like blow up Gen with mind perk. I like it. I am curious too if so if they do the anniversary again, I know we're not getting the masquerade, but I'm curious if they do it again and we get remote hooking back. Remote hooking plus this perk is gonna actually go fucking insane. You throw someone on a hook like 50 meters away, you just blow up Gem with Mind as you keep walking and chasing somebody. Like, it's so good. It's so good. Oh, also, I have to check something in the store. Did Zarina get a shirt? Where is she? You, Zarina. She did! She got a Hellfire Club shirt. Cool. Okay, I'm getting that. Shut up. I'm getting that. And I'm getting the one for V. Hooray. Okay. I'll probably never wear them. I just want them to have... So, if we run photo, that will lower our terror radius, but is it 2 meters? It's 2 meters per, right? Yeah, 2 meters per, so if all 8 survivors, then blah, blah, blah. It might seem weird to combo it with an undetectable perk, but the idea would be if my undetectability runs out too early, then I would still have the lower terror radius to make use of it. I only have 10 eggs. Why? I do not use it that much. How do I only have 10 of these? So I'm going to run the Chrysalis. I haven't run this in a while. Also, you guys told me the yellow rabbit is in here. He is. Okay. Alright. I was rewatching that clip of Kit trying to explain the badge thing to me last night. It's like, what the fuck was I even thinking about? Why? Also, I'll try Gift of Pain and No Way Out, because it would be nice to actually be able to use those for once on Pyramid Head. Behavior, you guys should buff Forever Entwined. Hi, Darth. Behavior, do it. Buff Forever Entwined. You won't. You won't. No, Scarlet, it's just like, it has that downside of not being able to see your trails, but like, it's something really a downside. It's like, again, object permanence, you know where you placed your trails. Behavior! Make remote hooking a perk, and my life is yours. I don't think they will. I think remote blowing up a gen is fine. I think that's okay. I do think unless remote hooking has some like really weird condition, I do think it would be too much. My suggestion on how they could maybe potentially fix it would be or make it work would be maybe it only works when there's only one gen left or something like that. Sorry, Murrays. They spawned behind me, didn't they? Oh no, they're on that gen in there. I just heard them. Yes, my master plan. It begins. I feel so bad with that Cinderella music box. I feel so bad with that Cinderella music box. It's the top gen, yep. And this one over here, really? I will say if there's one massive problem with it, it's that right there. Nia, where are you at? I know you're over here. I saw you. I lost her. Because you need line of sight, if the gen is in, like, a really awkward spot like that... No, remote pallet breaking would be way too strong. There's so many situations where that would be incredibly strong. Good dodge. Is there a closer hook? They're on the gen on my left and the one all the way back there. Did she 99 her sprint burst, like, perfectly, though? Wow, the movement on this Michaela, though. Okay, we get her there. I was gonna say, I don't think anyone has a thingy-mabobber, a flashlight. I just saw medkits and toolboxes. Behavior, give ghoul remote pallet break, and my life is yours. Holy shit, that would be busted. Do you understand how powerful remote pallet breaking is in general? And putting it on ghoul? That would be insanity. Yeah, you can't tell me I'm not getting better with fucking Pyramid Head. They're not working on any gens. I know exactly where they are. The egg is so good. They're like right over here. Yep, they're right there. UV hits that way. Mega's dead. Yep, Mega's dead. Do this. Boop. People do see the little second they hear Kaneki's hero. Give them more reason to. Okay. I hate having to wait 15 seconds now. I can't ever time it right. She ran back. Yep. That was a way too hard of a flip. Good shit. I'm just gonna let the Yui go. Because I saw Michaela going over here. Gotta be one of my favorite things with this add-on. You never have to worry about, you never have to worry about, what's it called? Fucking, check spotting. They can't do it. How do you egg enjoy using banana house things tonight? Good, 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 good. They have to be very careful about what they are about to do. And I also cannot stay in my 3-gen because the hook is right there. She's gonna take me all the way to the other side of the map. Good shit. literally no reason to chase her and no reason not to just go after Michaela. Good sprint, last second sprint burst. Good, she just held that. Now that I know, though. You're dead. I was gonna say she was here. Is that Thalita? That is Thalita. Does she have adrenaline is the question. Nice try. And you die. And Yui gets the hatch, that's fine. Oh, she just DC'd? Why did she just DC? At least take the fucking points. They're spilling barbed wire sauce everywhere. Introducing new Hardee's barbed wire sauce. Add that kick to your burger. Alright, what do we have? Because now I'm curious. Vigil, Sprint Burst, Windows. Dead Hard made for this quick gambit. She never got to use her Dead Hard, by the way, because I never hooked her. Decisive Strike, Open-Handed, Camaraderie, Kindred. Do No Harm, will make it bot. Okay. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, 4 medkits. Silent Eggman is legit. Is that the thumbnail? Am I just gonna have Eggman in the fucking thumbnail? The gems, Sonic! I need the gems! I don't know, like... I never hear anyone talk about this add-on, and I think it is legitimately... I don't want to say it's his best, because I still think Music Box is hands down his best add-on. Spearhead is up there. Like, again, this is what I'm loving about discovering all of the... Or, not discovering, but playing Pyramid Head after all these add-on changes is just how many of these are good now? Like, some are not that great, but I can't... The only bad one is Burning Man painting. The rest of them are, like, surprisingly effective as long as you know what you're doing with them. Seal's really good. Goblet's good. Ceremony Book's good. Lost Memories book isn't that great, but, like, it's still not bad. Rust-Colored Egg's good. Scarlet Egg is one of his better ones. Burning Man sucks. Mannequin Foot's alright. Okay, that one's not that good either. Misty Day's pretty good. Fucking Tablet of the Oppressor is great. Photo's not that good either, but, like, it's not terrible. Same with Videotape. Like, it's also kind of just a nothing perk. Or a nothing add-on, to be fair. Same with, yeah, and Leopard Print Fabric. People were freaking out about this one. I really do think it's not that good. It's genuinely not that great of an add-on. Spearhead's amazing. Wax Doll isn't that good either, but, like, it's the only range add-on with no downside, so, like, how good could it be? Black Strap is good. Copper Ring is a nothing one. Butterfly is alright, and Lead Ring is also kind of bad, but, like, still, like, there's some variety in there. It's really nice. Talk mad shit about the Burning Man. Put some respect on his name. Do I think Pyramid Head has his eggs scrambled, sunny side up, or boiled? I think Pyramid Head's with me. I think he's a boiled egg guy. I don't know. He seems like a boiled egg guy. I don't know what it is about him. I don't know what it is about him, but he definitely seems like a boiled egg guy to me. I am Dr. Scarlet Eggman, the most silent and torturous scientist in the world. I didn't catch that one. Oh my god. I should just do a montage of Pyramid Head with this add-on and just add Galvanize to it. Remember when Burning Man was his best add-on? Decent times. Was it? Was Burning Man one of the ranged ones? I thought it was Black Strap and... Or, no, Wax Doll was a ranged one. Yeah, was Burning Man the other ranged one? Because it was Black Strap, Wax Doll, and... yeah, I guess Burning Man would be the option, huh? Because it was, what, 1.5 meter increase? Hey, Mistress. Yeah, we'll try Gift of Pain, though. And I'm gonna run Jagged instead of, I'm gonna run Jagged instead of No Way Out. Pyramid Head, thank you, breakfast. This is your brain. Or this is Pyramid Head. This is Pyramid Head on drugs. The 4K was excellent. Am I... Okay, I'm still sane. Okay, good. Good. After reading that, I'm still sane. I could swap Forever Entwined, too, but it just feels too good to not keep. Honestly. We only got 9 more eggs, chat. I gotta get more. It's in the shrine, by the way. Oh, yo, red herrings. Get red herring. Do it now. This is Annette's mind on Save the Best for Last. What is it called now? They changed the name. What is it called now? Get red herring. Yeah, I'm half joking, and here's why I'm half joking. I am calling it. I have no insider information on this. I have no insider information on this. I don't have anyone telling me this in my ear. I am just going to assume and hope and cope that they are finally going to either rework or buff red herring this year. I'm calling it now. Yes, I know the patch they would have done it in already happened where they buffed all like the diversion perks, and for some reason red herring wasn't in there. But I'm calling it. They are buffing this perk this year. Calling it now. Yeah, I don't... What is it called now? I still see the same name because I own the chapter. Let me see. Myers. Okay, was it in the patch notes? Oh, right there. Here you go. Keep them waiting. It's called Keep Them Waiting now. Red herring is a perk that exists. It's a perk I wish was better. Here is my idea. And I've said this like 2 years ago in a very old, very bad video. Here is my idea on how you change red herring and make it a decent perk, and everyone would hate it. Hi, Lynx. I'm ranting about red herring for a minute. While working on a gen, press the while working on it. So you can't. So it's not like Blast Mine or Wiretap where you have to get off the gen to do it. While working on a gen, press the active ability button. when you do this, a random gen that isn't being worked on by another survivor makes a loud noise notification. Red herring goes on a cooldown of 60 seconds. Boom. It does its job. It's random, so you can't select the exact gen it goes to. It won't screw over your teammates. And best of all, it doesn't require you to do a gen and then walk all the way to the other side of the map, start doing another gen, and then get into a locker to activate red herring to make the killer maybe think that you're doing the other gen on the other side of the map. That could be nice, because that would also make it a regression perk that like killers that can't like use the other regression perks would actually kind of like. I could see Chucky using that. Pyramid Head would like it. You know, all the killers that can't really like kick gens would really like to really like that. Not necessarily. Let me rephrase that. Killers that can't use pop or things like that very well would really like that, I feel. That is my suggestion to rework this fucking perk. I don't understand. It is so bad. It is so bad. You have to waste so much time to get any value, and the worst part about it, you don't even know if you got value from it. Because if you're using it correctly, it's on a gen on the other side of the map that you're not even near, so you don't know if the killer went there. Undone no quarter. I'm calling it in second or buff of quarter 2 of 2026. If they just change no quarter to work on self-healing, I'm sorry, not self-healing, any healing, I think it's fine. I kind of understand why they didn't. I forgot whose video I was watching about it. I think it was Cassier's. Where the idea for no quarter, the change they would do to it is, if you're healing yourself and you miss a skill check, it breaks you. If you're healing a teammate and you miss the skill check, you get injured. Probably not off the top of my head, Darth. Sorry. Unnerving Presence is probably... I mean, they reworked Overwhelming Presence, so it's probably in the pipeline. Injured might be too... I don't think that's too much at all, because the problem is, if it breaks the other person, then it would become like kind of like a troll perk. Not a troll perk, but like your teammates would inadvertently affect you, and you would be broken because they messed up a skill check. I'm not the biggest fan of that. They could do that. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Generator. Oh, just while carrying? That could be interesting. Also rework Blood. I think Blood Echo's fine. I think it does. The problem with Blood Echo isn't Blood Echo. It's just how fast healing is. Maybe expose on the healer. That maybe you could do that. I don't think injuring them for missing a skill check is that big of a deal. Hey, I finally got Hawkins. I'm gonna regret saying that. I already know I'm gonna regret saying those words. Okay, part 1 of my plan is done. I'm gonna let her go and inflict a little bit. Because they're probably on this one. She came from this direction. Hey, would you look at that? Mr. Harrington. That was such a lucky shot on my part. Again, you cannot tell me I'm not getting better with Pyramid Head. Did she pre-drop that? She did. I wasn't even anywhere near her. I don't know where this Robin is, but she has not either. She hasn't stopped moving or she has not gone anywhere near her teammates. And they're doing their damnedest. Their damnedest to not get trailed right now. Jagged lets me know where to go. Pick up with that. I think I can make that. Hell yeah, I can make that. Yeah, there we go. Whoop. Harrington, Steve Fish. Exactly. Exactly. You think they expect me to go down the other side to the hook that's not as close? It's still that gen over there, and I know they're right here. Oh, nice dodge. She walked for a second? Oh, that was really smart. Good shit. Double good shit. Steve's gonna die, though. Unless someone... Yep, there we go. Are they going around? Yeah, they're going around. They might not know, though, because I have, Good shit. Nancy's got no fear. Not even close, baby. Jagged's gonna tell me where to go. I pop that. Oh, that is so fucking nice. Yeah, I can't do anything. I don't think I can do anything in this room. Now, the one downside, again, to photograph will always be that once someone dies... Oh. Is once someone dies, it gets worse. Oof. I think he thought I was going to respect it. And then we hit Jagged here, Gift of Pain goes off, and there's that gen right there. God, that is so fucking nice. God, Turn Back the Clock is such a good perk. Also, Springtrap's menu animations are messed up. I think they shifted all the characters forward on the lobby screen and it messes the positioning glitch trap. It wouldn't surprise me. Is Freddy better? No, if they pushed it forward, no, he wouldn't be better, I guess. This is 2 matches in a row. 2 matches in a row where there's been a person I have not, I didn't hook a single time. She just kind of went off and did her thing, which is fine. Now here's the thing. She has to keep moving. Because of Scarlet Egg, she literally can... she either has to walk... she either has to walk... or, keep moving. Like, she can walk to, like, not make the trail, but if she stands still for even a second, I will get the Killer Instinct proc. Wesker got Shadow. Yeah, I heard about the FOP thing. They basically made his tech possible with everybody. She's gonna wait till the last second. I'm gonna take the 50-50. Because if she's over here, she doesn't have time now. If she gets it, she gets it. It's fine by me. I got the 3K. Yeah, they made it so you can do it. You don't have to have a specific FPS to do it now. Yeah, she got it. GG's. She had Dead Hard. You had Dead Hard. Why didn't the Nancy use Dead Hard? She had it. Champion of Light. I don't think I got blinded a single time. Background player didn't matter. Oh, man. He did last second sprint burst. I don't know if he did it on purpose, but he last second sprint bursted. Intentionally makes bugs? No, I don't think they do. I don't think they do. I think it's unintentional, but the problem, and this we saw this with Oni also, like this happened with Oni, because his flicks weren't intentional. They've never been intentional. But people liked them, so they didn't touch them. Same with Blight hug techs. Like, those weren't intentional. So, and again, it puts behavior in a very weird position. And I think Wesker is showcasing that now, and Oni kind of did too. Because if it's not intentional, you can't balance or make changes to the killer around it, because it doesn't technically exist. So you either, A, make it an intentional feature somehow, which it seems like that's what the direction they're going with Wesker, or B, you get rid of it like they did with Blight. Because the thing I said before with Blight was, I didn't actually have a problem with hug techs, but whenever they're trying to change this character, every time they've done changes, they have to take hug techs into account. Even though it's not intentional, and it technically shouldn't be taken into account, they have to every single time for that exact reason. Now that it's not there, they don't have to think about that. With Oni, now that 180, or now that his flicks are a base kit and a part of it very clearly, and controller players and mouse and keyboard players can both do them, now you can take that into account when balancing the character and making changes. That's always been my problem with stuff like that. I don't care that it's not like necessarily like, oh, they shouldn't do it because it's breaking the game. My problem is that if it's not intentional, the devs, technically speaking, cannot balance around that mechanic. It's the same thing with Kaneki's kidnap tech. That was a bug. It was an unintended feature. So whenever they were trying to do changes to Kaneki, they couldn't really take that into account until they got rid of it. But I've also said it really... I was talking to somebody about this actually earlier today. It really, like, bothers me that most of the quote-unquote skill expression that people talk about in Dead by Daylight is almost always... Not every single time, not everything, but most of the stuff people say is skill expressive in this game is a bug or an exploit. You can call it a tech all you want, but if it's not intentional, by definition, it's a bug or exploit. The line between what is an exploit and what is a tech comes down to sentiment. But at the end of the day, it's still a bug. It's still an exploit. It's still not intentional. Again, it's like, what's the difference between a religion and a cult? Well, it's social standing. It's general agreement. But at the end of the day, when you look at the definitions of both of them, they really are basically the same thing. And that's my problem with it. That's always been my issue with it. Like emote text you consider as an exploit? I mean, yeah, it's unintentional, so yeah, by definition, it's an exploit. Did they exploit the game or is it a bug? No, they're both basically the same. The difference is the from I to me, and this is the other problem, is the definition has changed so many times over the years that it really does just come down to semantics on what means what. To me, the difference between a bug and an exploit is that a bug is something that isn't intentional in the code that happens in a game. An exploit is something that it's a bug that can be used to your advantage in some way. And the common argument for exploits or techs is usually, well, it takes skill to do, or it's not very useful. It's just fun. That's usually the common sentiment against them. Yeah, exploits give you an advantage, bugs just fuck you. Yeah, exactly. But, you know, there's the other thing they could do, too. Like, Hillbilly, I think, is a very good example of them doing it in a way that everyone actually kind of likes, because his curves were not intentional. Him being able to curve like he does was not intentional at all. And then they made it a score event, so now it's got the dev's blessing, so I'm fine with it. I don't think it's the only way to make it, like, intentional, but yeah. Exploits also don't necessarily have to be, like, breaking the game. It could just be, like, remember when Pig had that build where she could stand in front of one of the head traps and then make sure everyone just, like, guarantee a head pop? Remember when that was a thing? Like, that to me is also an exploit. It's just not, like, it's not a code exploit, right? It's just a mechanical exploit. And that's that again. That's just that's my thoughts on it. I know other people have different thoughts on it. I don't like the idea that the only thing that's skill expressive in Dead by Daylight by a lot of the community is exploits. I have never liked that fact. It boggles my mind. Most of the skill in this game, and I hate to tell people this, isn't mechanical. It never has been. Most of the skill in this game is macro. Again, it always has been. The problem with it, though, is because I don't think people don't know that. It's just you can't clip macro. Right? I can't post a 30-second clip of my macro gameplay. It's just not something I can do. So it makes it very difficult for that to be put at the forefront of being skill expressive. It's always going to be the issue. And it's not just a DVD thing. This happens in every other video game on the planet. Because there comes a point, and I say this a lot with other games, and Dead by Daylight's also weird for this too, because there comes a point where how good you are at the game, like on a micro level, doesn't matter anymore. If you are playing against an opponent that is similarly skilled with the same micro gameplay that you do, or the same micro skill that you have, then at that point, the only determining factor is macro. It's decision making. It's not execution. And again, the sad thing with Dead by Daylight is, at least to me, the game is mostly decision making. I think the game is still skillful. It's just not micro. That's my argument. It's decision making. Dead by Daylight is a game about decision making and time management on both sides. More the killer has to deal with the time management of the time management to make sure the gens don't get done, and the survivors have to do the opposite. It's not a mechanically or micro expressive game. It never really has been. And I hate that people try to pretend it's not. That's why dash killers are so popular. It's not just because they're good, it's because they are the few killers that have that micro expression that can clearly be shown. The idea of, and I said this before with Unknown, when Unknown released, there is a hidden factor. There is a hidden factor about what makes a character in a game considered well-designed that people don't talk about, but they definitely subconsciously think about that, and that is clippability. Can you get clips that you can show to people with this character? That is something that I think people often forget about. Because it is important. I feel like it's very important, especially in the way, games work now. I'm about to sound really old saying this, but yeah, especially with how social media and YouTube is. I think it's more the zoomies. I genuinely don't think it's just... Again, I know people make the argument like, oh, play Blight because he's strong, but I genuinely think people play Blight because he's fun. It's not just because he's strong. I think it's because he's fun. Even losing on Blight can be fun. And you can always get better at Blight. Always. You can always do better at Blight. There's no, like, the ceiling isn't infinite, obviously, but, like, if you miss a flick on Blight, or, like a dash on Blight to get a hit, you can, like, look at that gameplay footage and be like, I missed that. I can do better next time. Yeah, it's just a fun time for a lot of people. Same with Ken. Ken's just fun. I know people hate him, but, like, he's just fun. It isn't even, like... I play him because he's fun, not because he's good. Back when I did play him. He just happens to also be strong. It's a circumstantial thing where it's not necessarily that people are playing them because they're good. It's that people are playing them because they're fun, but they're also playing the fun thing that happens to be really good. It's just, yeah. Like, there's other killers that, like, I'm surprised don't have higher pick rates. Like, I'm still surprised Plague doesn't have a higher pick rate. I know I bring her up a lot, but I am so surprised so few people play this character. And I know some people have, is it agoraphobia? What's the fear of vomit? Can't handle the sound. I get that. But that is not nearly as many people as you would think it is. I think what it really comes down to is she's just not that fun to play. I think that's what it really comes down to. For a lot of people. Legion is a very good example of this also. Legion is not good. Legion is one of the worst killers in the game. I will say this, I don't care who I'm making mad by saying it. Legion is not a very good killer. But he still has one of the highest pick rates because he's fun. He's easy to use, he's fun. That's all it comes down to. Me go fast, me stab with knife. It's fun. I do not think they'll nerf exhaustion. What do you mean lately? People have been using exhaustion since its existence. It's a core part of the game. No, I don't think they'll be nerfing exhaustion at all. Not, like, as a whole, anyways. I think they might individually nerf a couple perks. I think Sprint Burst needs a longer cooldown. I think Sprint Burst and Life need a longer cooldown. That's the only thing. And this might be an insane thing to say, and this is actually how I would nerf exhaustion on a game-wide level. I've talked about this in the past before. I don't even think more than usual. Exhaustion is always... when you're making a survivor build, one exhaustion perk. That's your power as survivor. That's what it's supposed to be. That and your item, but no, I think it's more rare. I think it's rarer to find someone not running a single exhaustion perk in the 5 years I play, or what has it been, 6 years I played this game, than anything else. I think it is rarer to find someone who is not running at least one exhaustion perk than anything else. But here is my suggestion, by the way, on how to not fix exhaustion, but to kind of hurt it a little bit without killing it. Just make the survivors start exhausted. Just make it so the survivors have like 40 seconds of exhaustion at the start of the match. That way, at the very least, your first chase is killer. You don't have to worry about exhaustion if you find someone fast enough. I think that would be fine. They'd said in the past before that they're not going to add an early game collapse, or whatever they were calling it at the time, because playtesting didn't go well for it. And I kind of believe them. I kind of believe them 100% fully. But I think starting the survivors with exhaustion, like 40 seconds of exhaustion, maybe 60 seconds of exhaustion, maybe that would be too much. But like 40 seconds of exhaustion so they can't just use sprint burst or life or whatever in the first chase. Sweat and breathing over here? Well, I don't think I would fix it, though. That's not the problem. If someone's using exhaustion correctly, they're not using it to run and hide. They're using it just to make the chase run. Just to use it to you know, make the chase last longer. Vigil would need another tone down. Yeah, I feel like they should just make Vigil a flat amount somehow, but I don't know how they do that. Because with it being percentage based, the more you make the timer, the longer you make the timer, the better it gets. Yeah. We could just make it so Vigil doesn't affect exhaustion. That could also be the play. I don't know why it does, to be fair. I don't mind Vigil on a conceptual level. I think the idea of a perk that makes status effects not last as long is pretty cool. I actually think that's fine. Like, making mangled, hemorrhaged, exposed, and all, as infuriating as it is to me when it happens, I'm fine with it doing that. I think Exhaustion's the only one, because it's also one of the few ones that isn't commonly applied by the killer. It can be, of course, but most of the time when Exhaustion is applied, it's by the survivor using an Exhaustion perk. That could also be the solution. You could just make it so Vigil doesn't work on self-afflictions. I think that could be a way to tone it down. Because then it wouldn't affect Shoulder the Burden's exposed. It wouldn't affect it wouldn't affect a lot of the broken perks that it like the broken status effect, that like OP broken. Like I think that could be a way to get around it. I don't know. It could be interesting for sure. I don't know. I don't know the full way to fix it. I just don't. Because again, the concept is fine. And the other issue with it too, again, is that Vigil disproportionately affects Clown and Freddy. And I actually don't mind that in concept. I don't mind perks that specifically counter certain killers. I don't mind that. The problem is if the perk is also good in common, then it's a problem. A killer version of Vigil will be cool. What would it affect? The only... Am I dumb? The only status effect you can apply to the killer is what? Blindness and hindered? That's really it. And Skull Merchant's hinder. Does it affect her hinder? I didn't think it was timed. Reverse Vigil? Like it applies the status effects for longer? I'm not the biggest fan of that idea of a perk that, like... I don't mind perks that counter other perks. I just don't like it when they do it so directly. That's my issue with it. Like, I don't like the here's the heads version of the tails perk. Like, I don't like that. Like, I think a good example again is like Langwin Touch counters life and Dead Hard, right? But not they're not like opposites of each other. They just happen to counter. I don't think it does, because I think does it affect Ghostface's Exposed? It doesn't affect Michael's, at least especially not anymore. But it didn't before because his wasn't on a timer. It's the same reason why Lethal Pursuer didn't affect Clown's Bottles or Cigar Box. Because the aura reading on Cigar Box wasn't timed. It was based on a vigor rate. $6? What about 6 seconds? Oh, on Skull Merchant. Yeah, I didn't know it was timed. I thought it was just flat while the plot trap was in them. See, this is why the 100 hours of Skull Merchant is gonna be fun, because I don't know jack fucking shit about this killer. I figured that makes sense. The mark is a separate thing from the exposed. Again, it'll be an interesting, like, I don't know. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I'm waiting for the mid chapter. I think the mid chapter that's coming after the next mid chapter is going to be the determining, like, pace for how the rest of the the year is gonna go. Nah, I'm trying to not bother other people with trying to teach me the killers. I kind of want to learn the stuff on my own. That's the one I've actually been enjoying that a lot with Pyramid Head in particular, because there's like no one making content on this killer or talking about anything with him. So it's been really nice to just like figure it out on my own. Are you shitting me? Dustin! It's always Dustin. Okay. Hi, Steve. He is truly my enemy. I hate this game. That'd be good. Is making me cry, just don't like that palette. I mean, I'm playing Pyramid Head, I can hit them. You know, unless they crouch and stand still. You know, unless they do that. Did he hide? There's no way, right? They would rather just die. He would rather just die than take the trail. That is so insane. No credit where it's due. Also, no gens are being worked on right now. All I'm hearing is just trail everything. I'll hit one of them accidentally at one point. Where are they? That was some very good tracking. Are you guys fucking serious with this? Hey, there's trails on that window. Is this the Destin? It is the Destin. All right, Destin. What's the play? There we go. I got stuck. Thank you. That's all I wanted. I don't even care if I win now. I won in my minds. Is he coming back? No. I heard gen progress. I thought so. Oh, good shit. Works for me. Have I mentioned how much I hate Midwich? Hope they fix auto aim as well. I'd probably not. That was his far gen. I don't think I make this. I do. I saw Sable. I do need to check these, though. No one's working on that one. I have to double check the sound occlusion. I love mid sandwich with some eggs. I don't understand why people like this map so much. Genuinely. I never will. It is a map that I have never ever been a big fan of. On the back. I was gonna say, I know you have, what's it called? They were over there. There's no gen that way. I was hoping to get vacuum into it. They're going there. I have no reason not to just go for Sable right now. You done? Bye. I ain't risking decisive. Fuck you. How? I'm just gonna kick that. Are they really healing all the way on the other side of the map? Re-drop all my resources and give up. Guys, are y'all gonna do anything? I guess the answer was no. No, I don't think they will. Let me do this. Question is, was it enough time? Do my little drive-by on the gen. This is the David. Steve has to go for, what's his face? He could rush the gen, but considering David's taking me, like, right there, I don't think he's going to. Good dodge. Good dodge. He's gonna head back down. Oh, no, he's not. He's not heading back down. Oh, he's not taking that either? I'm going to take him to this one, and the reason why is so I can get jagged value, because I need to know if that other gen is the one with the most progress or not. I walked by 2 of those, but I need to know. It is. Okay. Dustin. I need to go for Dustin and not Steve. He's in here. I think that works out the best right there. Is that a jagged? No, there's one out here, though. Which works out perfect, because they're still doing this fucking gen. I'm not going to waste it on this. That is still... Okay, that's the one with the most progress. They are not worried about the other 2. That's perfectly fine. My terror radius should be a little tiny bit less, not too much more. So I don't think they're... Yep, there they go. Are they healing on the spot or no? Yeah, I thought he was pointing at that. What? What? What do you want to tell me, Steve? Goodbye, Steve. I could have done turn back the clock, but really wasn't worth it. So, they kind of screwed themselves. Like, this isn't, like, the perfect 3-gen, but for Midwich... Top corner with giant sword versus giant sword. My sworn enemy, Dustin Henderson. Bye, Dustin. We got him. We got the bad man. 26 meters, thank you. Can Hatch spawn upstairs on Midwich? Bye, David. Yeah, he kind of... If he just stayed downstairs, he probably would have got Hatch. Alright, what was the Sable one? Okay, alright. Who wants to take bets? I'm betting the Sable had windows of opportunity. I can almost promise you she had windows of opportunity and decisive strike. I'm promising you. Windows, sprint, burst, vigil. Okay, she didn't have decisive, but... Overcome? Overcome lucky breaks. That makes so much sense now. Dustin, why were you so scared to get tormented? There is nothing here that it would affect. No, but yeah, that makes way more sense now. Oh my god, man. She also held her sprint burst every single time last second, by the way. She did it both times I caught her. She waited the last second for it and then ran away. And she didn't even get that far with it. That's the sad thing. I'm liking this build on Pyramid Head, honestly. Terminate the Clock is really nice on him. I don't think you necessarily have to play it this way with Scarlet Egg, but, like, if you're gonna hook with Pyramid Head, fuck it, just throw it on there. Why not? Did not want the Barb Stars, fair enough. Yeah, why not? Just go for it. This might be the combo. Genuinely, this might be the combo. Because again, Jagged tells you exactly where to send this. Gift of Pain punishes them. Forever Entwine makes the hooking faster. Scarlet Egg, Photo keeps your terror radius low, and then Scarlet Egg gives you info. I mean, again, you could swap Photo for Music Box, honestly. Or Seal. You could swap Photo for realistically anything, except for, like, Spearhead, maybe. That'd be the one I would not recommend it. But no, genuinely, this build is doing better than I thought. Scarlet Egg has been coming in clutch, too. Like, genuinely. It's been kind of nuts how good it's been. Did we get a modern day insta killer? What do you mean by insta killer? Like Mori wise? Or like an exposed killer? I hope the stream goes well without my cataclysmic damage to property. Good luck in the orientation links. Have a good night. Yeah, never really noticed that. Yeah, we haven't had an exposed killer since before Skull Merchant's rework. And before that, the last one we had was fucking Oni? Random pointless meme of Barbara from Stranger Things as the barbed trail behind Nancy. Barbara Wire. That didn't get much of a laugh, but the more I think about it, I make it a chuckle. Insta-kill, a curse killer that builds up its power to ignore hook stages with enough power to straight up... No, God, no, that'll never happen. You know why I know that'll never happen? Because that was one of the biggest complaints about Myers. It would have to be something monumental. Monumental to make that a thing. Like it would have to be like Sadako levels. Right? Like there has to be counterplay to it. There has to be like it can't just be something you can get like straight at the beginning of the match. It has to be something that would take a long time to get. I don't think it's impossible, but I don't think it's likely. I think they learned after Sadako's 3 reworks and removing it from Myers that it just doesn't work. It took them forever, but they figured it out. Because it really doesn't work. Yeah, I don't think they'll ever do anything like that again. The closest would be, like, very special things, like slaughtering my strike Telemori. There you go. Even then, like, Vecna, if you have eye or hand, you know, you have to be on final stage. Even this Vecna final stage. I just realized both the Vecnas have a special Mori. There's no way that's a coincidence, right? There's no way that's coincidental. They did that shit on purpose. They did that shit on purpose. I really don't think you could. Not in a way that's fair. Unless you just, again, just straight up copy Sadako. She's the only one in the game with it now, right? Since they got rid of Tombstone? I just don't see... I like, and even Sadako, that's one of the complaints about her. The ground beef Vecna versus the real Vecna. He does look like ground beef, doesn't he? Okay, maybe not in that skin he doesn't. He does look like ground beef. I don't know. I hear a lot of people talking about stuffing people into suits for Springtrap. I just don't think it fits in DBD. I don't know. It's just a me thing. Like, aesthetically, it just doesn't work. Oh no, an employee with an ID. He's gonna sell me something. He's gonna sell me something. I knew he was onto us. You know, I didn't intend on Dustin becoming my enemy. I don't know how it happened. But over the course of the last 2 days, Dustin has become my rival. He's my villain. I don't know what happened to cause this. It was just coincidental. Well, see, then that relies, but then you're adding two things that people like really don't like on either side. You're gonna add AI because that's a minion, so it would be AI driven. People don't like AI in this game, or most games, to be fair. And then you're adding an entirely separate mechanic that could be like, unless it's like Pyramid Head's cages, but like you could just camp them until they die in it. Unless they, like, go into the ground and come up on the other side of the map or something. And that's not even counting for the animation of putting them in the suit. Unless you just make them all spring lock suits. Which I guess could work, but... I mean, you know how FNAF... We all know how FNAF fans can get about lore. It better be the right spring lock suits. I know people were freaking out about the FNAF 2 movie for making the toys spring locks. You have life. He must have light. There's Cheryl. Is that another lucky break user? Nope. I was thinking maybe he tried to play it. She already healed? Are you fucking serious? Where did he go? What? I was gonna say, I don't even know. I didn't even know where he was for that. Who made the video? Who did it? Who did it? Who made the video? And I'm gonna look it up after this match. There's gonna be a video, and it's gonna be titled, the most slept on perk or some shit like that. And it's a video about Lucky Break. Who made it? Who did it? I want names. In other news, we at Behavior forgot about Foxy. Behavior? I can almost promise you Behavior didn't forget about Foxy. What was that scream, Laura? What the fuck was that? I love Jagged Compass. No gens are being worked on. Everyone's afflicted but Cheryl. Good shit. There was a chance. Yeah, I'm getting better at Pyramid Head. I'm doing it subconsciously. I think we're feeling good. I think I'm doing well today. I think I discovered a really fun Pyramid Head build. Do you have Sprint Burst? You don't. Oh, you go up? Where's the body blocks? Y'all better start body blocking. Ooh. think she learns. Didn't matter. Goodbye. Everybody gets one. She got 3, but everybody else gets 1. You greedy motherfuckers. Ooh. She hit that like last second. I just have to ignore Dwight. I honestly, like, I don't know. Like, I don't really think the Walking Dead chapter was as bad as a lot of people make it out to be. I was curious. I thought maybe he'd start working on it, like, immediately. Dwight should have gone for that save. Not Steve, right? No, Steve went for it. Of course he did. No, that is Dwight. They healed up. They are over there, though. Scarlet, it's such a good add-on. Why does no one talk about it? Way too far. Think she learned her lesson? No. She didn't. She did not learn her lesson. Base Kid Scarlet Egg for 2. That would be sensory overload like a motherfucker. Are you kidding me? Could you imagine 8 killer instincts going off at once? He's gonna take me far, far away. Doesn't matter. I think that's game match set. Yeah, he's just giving up. Steve's gone. Oh, no, 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 no. I would have just taken the hit, Dwight. Where'd he go? There's no trails, so he's either back here. Okay, neither. Hmm. Do they know about the one all the way over there? Because I don't think they do. I don't have time to make the trek, but they are both tormented, so if they stand still for a second, I'll see them. Yep, there he is. Oh, I thought he'd take it. Ah, I should have just M2'd there. Sorry, Steve. GG's. Yeah, they said Legion's not coming. Did they say that they're gone permanently, or they're just still working on a way to make them work? He'll show up. Conviction, Unbreakable Soul Guard, Life. Poised! Was it poised? Another overcome user. Oh no, no lucky break. Why did those scratch marks go away? That was so weird. I don't know where they even began. You're gonna hate me. Here's my idea on how you fix Legion in 2v8. Are you ready for this? You ready for this? He only gets one hit in Feral. But you make the cooldown super slow. Or, super quick. So he doesn't, like, get chain hits. He gets the one hit and that's it. Then it goes on cooldown, then he can do it again. That's the only way I could think they could possibly make him work in 2v8 without him being a problem. Legion was problematic because, one, combined with Oni, but the bigger thing was that it doesn't matter what killer he was combined with. Legion would just make the game drag to a crawl. The whole point of 2v8 is that the matches are fast on both sides. Legion goes against that entire philosophy. He just drags the match out so much, and not even necessarily to a point of a win. He drags it out so much that, like, I've been in 2v8 matches that were, like, 15 minutes long. Which might not seem like a problem, but when the queue times for 2v8 are as bad as they are, at least on the killer side, you can't have a killer that makes the matches 15 minutes long. Oh, is that why I'm seeing overcome so much? That's the issue. That's why I think there's some killers we probably won't ever see in 2v8, at least for a while. I don't think Hag will be in 2v8 for the same reason. It's not because she's bad or necessarily problematic. She just makes games drag. Same with Knight, same with Singularity. I like this build, chat. I don't know if you can tell. I'm really been enjoying this build. This has been a really nice change of pace for Pyramid Head. And I haven't even really been, like, encountering too many, like, things that I would hate to go against for not caging people. No, that's not... The healing speeds aren't the problem. It's not the injuries, it's the mending. It's the mending and the fact that he doesn't chase. He just injures everybody and then keeps going. Again, the problem isn't necessarily that he's good or too strong in 2v8. The problem is that he drags the games out. That's the problem. And it also doesn't help that he's very unfun to play against. That doesn't help. I don't know if that's a factor for them. It probably is, to be fair. But no, like that's the problem. Legion's design just... It's funny, because I feel like his design in 2v8 is actually perfect from a strength perspective. I think he's actually decently strong, because he acts as like a support for his teammate. And the thing is, we saw this with the Ghostface changes too. Behavior doesn't want that for 2v8. They don't want 2v8 to be 2v8. They want 2v8 to be two 1v4s happening simultaneously. That's what they want. They don't want the killers to be sandwiching people. They don't want the killers to be necessary. They want the killers to be working together, but not in that aspect necessarily. Exactly. It's best to just keep spamming power, keep everyone injured so your teammate has an easier time. Unless your teammate's fucking Billy, then, you know, fuck you, I guess. But yeah, that's the issue. It's not that... It's why Deathslinger doesn't have any more substantial buffs in 2v8. You know how everyone complains that Deathslinger barely gets anything added in 2v8? That's why. It's because if he got more, he would be too strong, too good with a teammate. That's the issue. Because his gameplay, like, even now, it kind of is that, but because he doesn't have as many buffs, it's not as bad as it could be. Because Deathslinger in 2v8 basically boils down to reel someone in, your teammate comes over, you both hit them at the same time. That's what his gameplay is. That's why he's not very good. Because you're both locked in together. But, again, the problem isn't necessarily the strength. The problem is that fun and engaging to play against. You're right. However, which queue times are longer? That would be my argument against that. It's not that I disagree with you. It's just that's just how it is. Which queue times are longer? Because the reason they keep trying to add things like remote on-demand sprint burst is to make people want to play Survivor more, so the queue times even out. That's why they keep doing stuff like that. That's why they'll never get rid of the... I don't even know how they would, but that's why they won't get rid of the double medic thing. That's why they're adding Torchbearer. That's why they keep doing all of this stuff. It doesn't matter. Like they have to keep making Survivor better in 2v8 to make people want to play it. And it's still not working. Because if remote sprint burst is that unfun to play against, why are the Q times for killers still so long? It can't be that unfun to play against. If you're willing to sit there in a 20-minute queue to play against it. And my point with the queue times is that, like I said earlier with Legion, he drags the games out so much it hurts the queue times. If a game lasts for 15 minutes, that hurts the queue times. Especially with a killer as popular as Legion. If the games go on too long, the queue times get hurt. And he makes them last longer. Way longer than they need to. And we know that's a factor because people say all the time they would rather have faster queue times above anything else. We'll see. If killer queue times stay at 15 to 20 minutes long, I don't think they do. That's just a cold hard truth. That's just how I feel about it. If the queue times stay 15 to 20 minutes on killer, sometimes 30 minutes depending on what you're queuing. Yeah. Like, what else could they do other than just keep making Survivor stronger? And the reason why I don't even think it's that big of a deal, honestly, with Survivor being stronger, you can watch any VODs of me. There's probably a few from from a few 2v8s ago, or even the last one. I think I played with Kasir, I don't remember. But, like, I didn't care. I didn't care that I was losing. It was just, 2v8's just fun on Killer. It's just fun to play Killer with somebody else. The results don't really matter to me that much. And from what I've seen and talked to a bunch of other people, the results in 2v8 on Killer do not matter to a lot of people that much. And here's my question for the Torchbearer class. Would you rather more people bring the remote sprint burst, or would you rather there be an option for Torchbearers so there can be something else to deal with? Then they'll have to fix that. But I don't think it will. I just don't think it will. Well, it also depends on what you mean by strength. Respect. So what should the survivors have? Because I don't disagree, again, I do think the remote sprint burst is dumb. But there's a lot of people who, in fact, I can name like five people I know personally who started playing Survivor more in 2v8 because of the remote sprint burst. Not even because it's strong, they just think it's fun. Again, it's just fun to go fast. It circles back to the blight thing. More of a dramaturgy set. I could see that. That could be interesting if they made it like dramaturgy. That could be interesting. What, Sprint Burst with Torchbearer? I mean, yeah, I guess. But isn't that the whole point? Teamwork? There's 8 of you. The whole point is teamwork, I thought. It's the same thing with the double medic thing. It's like, I don't mind that. Like, it's annoying in the moment, sure, but it's like, I don't mind it because it, like, that's 2 people playing together with a strategy in mind. Like, I don't mind that. I think it's fine. One solution. One. Now, here's the thing. There is a solution to the Torchbearer thing, and we're looking at him. And all behavior would have to do is make it so that if they're tormented, your teammate can just do the old stomp thing and send them straight to a cage. I feel like if they did that, that would solve the whole thing. Also, yeah, they're not on gens if they're Torchbearer. Yeah, that's true. Not necessarily, but yeah. I don't know, it's just like flashlights in like a normal game. I don't mind them that much. Because that, like, again, like we had that one match earlier on Hawkins. None of them were doing gens. Because the medic and base get unbreakable? Yeah. I know. I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I just don't. I think with how the game mode works, I just don't see it being a problem. The game mode already has a lot of other issues other than that. I think, honestly, I think the biggest issue 2v8 has is the snowball mechanic. The anti-snowball mechanic, I should say. I think that's a bigger issue than remote sprint burst and torchbearer. Because at least, and I think a lot of people don't talk about the anti-snowball thing because you don't see it. You feel it, but you don't see it. It's like, oh, the killers are doing too well. Well, the survivors could do the gens like twice as fast now for some reason. What about gen regression in 2v8? We have gen regression in 2v8. I mean, they said they're going to bring it back, and it might not be for April Fools. I hope they sprinkle it in every now and again. I don't know. The problem with My Little Oni, in my opinion, is that it can't... It's not a game mode that can last that long. It's, like, fun for, like, 3 or 4 matches, and then it's over. So, like, if they do it, it would have to be just, like, a, hey, it's here today, or, like, it's here for the weekend, and that's it. Like, I don't think it can last more than a couple days. We do... Yeah, there's been gen regression in 2v8. Yeah, the gens regress, how many charges is it in 2v8? Because they regress, like, I think it's, like, twice as fast in 2v8. It was only added to customs. I mean, I don't think they'll ever do that. I think I would, as a customer, I would love that. As a business, it's really it's a really dumb decision. So I don't think they'll do it. As cynical and pessimistic as that is, I don't think they'll do it. No, but I don't see... Yeah, that... I think it's more than enough. I've seen a gen go from like 90 to 0 in like 20 seconds before. Did they not? No, they haven't done it yet. Not that I'm aware of, anyways. I'm fine with... Now, again, from a business perspective, adding it to customs as an option, like when they're around, would be good. That's actually a good decision to make. Adding it to customs only, though, that's a terrible decision. I think there's no incentive for them to make another class for killer, and I think they're also still trying to balance the current ones they have. I think that's the problem they're having with making another killer class. Because I agree, I think we should have another killer class, but most of the bases are already kind of covered, and, like... I mean, again, they're still trying to balance them out, because there's, like, 2 that everyone always uses, pretty much. Yeah, but when they say modifiers and customs, I think they mean during the time they're active. Because, I mean, I'd be interested to see it, but yeah, quality of life stuff did push a lot of things back. Also, I know, like, Scott did that video today, by the way. Be a thorn in the game's side for the rest of the year. Which patch specifically? Because I think the game's in an alright spot now. Are we talking about the anti-tunnel, then? I think people overblew it. I thought it was a good idea if they just did it badly. I had a video in the pipeline talking about it, how the only way to fix tunneling is with punishment, and that's why they'll never do it. The problem, and I've talked about this at length before, but the quality of life pushed everything back. Yeah, I'm happy. This patch has been relatively bug-free. They did a lot of bug fixes. They haven't fixed everything. I've never expected them to. I don't know why people did. No, I think the game's in an okay spot right now. Again, that's the mid chapter is going to be the precipice, though. That's going to be the even stem recovery is an option. No, that could be a thing. I could see that. Let's see. What all was on the quality of life stuff? Let's see. They did this. They postponed that. Address issues. Yep, they did this. They kinda did this. Let's see. When was this? Focus November release on bug fixes. High priority impact killer issues. They did a lot of this. They did this. Myers got his update. Selecting camping and tunneling update. They did it. People just didn't like it. So they didn't go through with it. Quality of life focus and... Yeah, they did everything they said they were going to do. Yeah, they didn't do it because the feedback said everyone told them not to do it. They did a thing, they tried it, everyone told them no, they listened, they didn't do it. They tried it again, everyone told them no again, they didn't do it. We got, what, 2... Was it 2 or 3? I think it was 3 bug patches? That fixed a lot of things. It wasn't perfect. Bone Show was good this year. The Halloween event kind of sucked, to be fair. What are the chances? I don't think they're going to let it go. I think we'll see another slugging, tunneling, and camping update at some point. Probably sometime this year. December... Yeah, because we're technically in phase... We're technically in phase 3 now. Yeah, focus on high priority impact gameplay issues. Yeah, they did, that's the thing, they were very vague about this. They did basically everything they said they were going to do. I don't think it was them wasting time. They had an idea, they tried it, it didn't work. Here we are. And I don't mind. I would rather them do that. I'm in the weirdo camp here because I would rather them do what they did than add content. I can deal with them not adding actual content for a year if they have to. I'm fine with that. Because it didn't take any previous... I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean it was a waste of time. I don't think it was a waste of time. I think it was an experiment that didn't work out. As far as the feedback, to do nothing with it? Well, I mean, because a lot of the feedback was basically don't do it. That was a lot of the feedback. What else are they supposed to do? They gotta, yeah, we got elusive out of it. Okay, that's actually fun. Yay, baby, we're elusive to something, hooray. Yeah, no, I'm not even saying it was good. I'm not saying that at all. Like, the last 6 months have been terrible for the game. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying they did basically everything they said they were going to do. It just didn't work out, and they couldn't go through with it. If I have plans, and I mess up with the plans, and then I have to change those plans and not do the original plan, like, okay. A lot of the previous feedback was it was too handholdy and people didn't like the punishment. And the thing is, I think that feedback would have been fine. The problem is they had 1 million people yelling at them with the feedback. That was the issue. And the loud ones were saying, just don't do it. Yeah, no, I'll consider 9.3 a waste of time. That one, and even then I don't think it was necessarily a waste of time. Again, I think it was them just trying to, like, tone it back a bit and see if they, like, did it in a different way, if people would be more receptive to it. Because a lot of the feedback they got, like, I remember, like, people didn't mind the slugging change. A lot of people... And that's the thing, too, is that a lot of the feedback was very immediate. a lot of the feedback was very immediate. So like the slugging change, I think is a good example. A lot of people like when they first saw it and when they first tested it did not like the slugging change. But I think after a little bit, I want to say like after like a week to let it simmer, I think a lot of people came around to it and were fine with it. At least from what I saw. As far as the punishment on Killer, I'll die on the hill. I don't think there's any way to do what they were doing without a punishment. Was untangling the code. Yeah, but I feel like those are two separate things. Like, I don't know. I don't think it was a waste of time. I think it was a valuable experience. If anything, it humbled them. And if it humbled them, then it's not a waste of time, in my opinion, at all. Wow, we got 2, like, hour-long rants in one stream chat. That never happens. I don't know. I just don't consider it a waste of time. I just don't. Especially considering I don't know the inner workings of behavior. Because I have a feeling that the slugging, tunneling... Because the slugging, tunneling, and camping changes were on the previous roadmap. Were they? They were, weren't they? Am I wrong on that? 2025 DVD roadmap. Yeah, right here. Yeah. They were on the previous roadmap. So they probably already had this in the pipeline. Yeah, because the MMR got pushed back. Maps and keys still went through, but yeah. What do they name MMR update is? I have no fucking idea. Either they're going to change what a win is, or they're going to show people their MMR. Honestly, at this point, I'd be fine with them showing MMR. I don't I think not showing it. Okay, I don't think... Okay, so for MMR, I don't mind them not showing it. What I hate is that they don't show it. If they don't show it, but they tell everyone it exists, then the problem you were trying to quote-unquote solve by not showing it gets worse. Because now people can just say whatever they want with no validity. That's my thing with it. I think it humbled them into... I think it humbled them into understanding that the community's viciousness is not... I disagree. I think MMR should exist. I just don't think it should be as loose as it is. But then queue times go up and then people get mad. Yeah, changing aura colors would be nice. There would be one problem with that, and that's because they added the white auras for Springtrap. I guess that is only a him thing, isn't it? So maybe it wouldn't be a problem. Just for him, I guess. It would be an opt-in thing. You could just reverse the colors, I guess. I think MMR is a necessary evil. I really do. I've always been in the camp of that. The thing is, if the MMR system is working, you shouldn't even notice it. That's the problem, and that's the problem. A lot of I don't want to say all modern games, but a lot of modern games run into that issue. If the MMR system or the matchmaking system is working like that, you shouldn't even notice it. There shouldn't be anything to complain about. I will die on the hill that Behavior's biggest mistake with MMR was telling people it exists. Right, Darth, I'm fine with that. Like I get that thing, but the thing is, if that just sounds like a toxic relationship. If the only way to get someone to listen is to be really hostile with your complaints towards them, then that's not healthy for either side. MMR lowering, I don't know why people say that. They have made it very clear, and it's been tested. There is a built-in prevention system for MMR lowering. If you lose enough games in a row, your MMR stops moving down. On top of that, there's the soft cap that it can't go below at all, anyways. And again, if fresh installs are getting into the soft cap, that's a problem with the matchmaking system itself, not the MMR. But again, the issue is, and it will be like this in every video game, at least for the next foreseeable future, is people value queue times over everything else. Not just the companies, players do too. I've asked on multiple occasions, what is the longest people are willing to wait for a game? And most people will say no more than a minute. That is the longest most people are willing to wait for a match of most games, not just Dead by Daylight. It's a minute. But my best guess with the MMR system is they're just going to show it. Or make it more obvious how it works. One of the two. And definitely on my chess bubble games. I mean, again, it could just be a problem with the system itself, not the actual MMR rating. Because again, if there's a soft cap, which has been proven by people who've hacked into it, if there's a soft cap, new players should not be going against the soft cap. I still think the soft cap is too low. I think the soft cap is too low, and I think the bar, like after the soft cap to the other caps, is too fucking broad. That's my problem with it. I might get crucified for saying this. I think the problem is that MMR isn't strict enough. That's my issue. But Colin, it's also anecdotal evidence based on oh my god, I was gonna say bias. It's not bias. What the fuck is the word for it? I should know this. What's the word when you come to a conclusion? So whenever you read data, even if it's not necessarily correct, it's the red car theory, right? It's like someone tells you red cars are faster, so from now on you just think all red cars are faster, even if they aren't, you will always think they are. Grab the crowd. Well, I mean, it depends on your definition of a bully squad. Is that a bully squad, or is that just people being... Again, but that's also the thing. They should be on your level. They shouldn't be worse than you. They shouldn't be worse than you. They shouldn't be better than you. They should be at your level. If they're at your level, they shouldn't be able to bully you. And you shouldn't be able to just stomp them. That's what an ideal MMR system should do. But again, the problem with that would be queue times. It all comes back to queue times. Red paint is faster. Oaks in the 31st... Is it weighted different? I don't know if you're joking or not. It's not a placebo. Placebo is when you take something that has no effect, but you think it does, so it gives you an effect. There's a word. Is it confirmation bias? There we go. I figured it out. Confirmation bias. That's what it is. Yeah. Confirmation bias, the red car theorem. Like, confirmation bias. It's when, like, you already have a preconceived notion on what you think. So, it's a Warhammer joke. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not Warhammer. I apologize. You have a preconceived notion of what to think already, so, like, no matter what happens, even if there's evidence to the contrary, it doesn't matter. You're going to think what you thought before because confirmation bias. It also means that if there's evidence that does confirm what you think, you're going to value that over anything else. Because orcs from 40k think red pink. Oh. Well then. Also, chat, I know people come to the stream sometimes just for the rants, and the little talks like this. I do apologize for not playing the game sometimes. I just know that when I'm playing the game, sometimes I go quiet a lot because I'm thinking, and I'm concentrating. So it's a lot easier to have these discussions, like, and I don't want to just end the conversation, you know? And that's not to say I don't get mad at MMR. I get mad at MMR all the time, but I get mad at them on both ends. I hate it when I go against newer players or people who clearly don't know what they're doing. It's just like that Dustin. Like, I was getting mad at him for, like, doing what he was doing, but he was doing the right thing. I'm talking from what I know from MMR and SBMM from other games, and it's the fact that, killers I meme on get easier when I try. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. I mean, I don't have a problem with MMR and other games either. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. I think it's fine. I don't like stomps on either end. Let me rephrase that. I don't like stomps all the time on either end. I don't mind them, like, when it's, like, here and there. But DVD is such a volatile game. I don't know. It's just, again, I don't mind the MMR system. I do think it could be improved. I'm not saying it couldn't, but yeah, I don't mind it as much as some other people, especially in other games. I don't see it as this big scary boogeyman that's like killing games. I don't think it is at all. We'll get a Stranger Things 2 yet. Depending on how this chapter does, probably sometime by the end of the year. That would be my guess. I disagree. I don't think it feels like a chore at all. For the average player, I don't think it feels like a chore at all. If you're really good and you're going up against really good players, yeah, it might feel a little bit like a chore. But, like, I mean, what's the solution? Because X-Defiant, that was its big selling point. It didn't have MMR or SBMM. And I know a lot of people who logged into that game and got off after 1 or 2 matches because they got fucking rolled. How do I feel about the Grimoire results? They're fine. I think Spider Legs is going to be cool, and I hope Old Lady wins the Survivor. It's not what I wanted, but, you know, it's what the community wanted, so it's cool. I would have been happy with anything. The Grimoire's at a point now where I'm happy with anything they do. Ubisoft's just the king of fumbles, too. I mean, not... Kind of, but not really. I mean, Siege is still doing okay. I'm sorry, X. I'm sorry, it's Rainbow... It's what, it's Siege X or some shit? Whatever, it's doing okay. Assassin's Creed Shadow did really good from what I've seen. I don't even know what else Ubisoft's made recently. What else has Ubisoft made recently? I don't even know. I don't keep up. I don't pay attention. I play, like, the same 3 games. I don't really care anymore. For a future... I mean, it's possible. I don't know. It depends if it fits. Also, I think people also need to remember these are concepts. I need to remind people of that because everyone always gets mad about this shit when it happens. Those were concepts. That is not what the killer's going to look like. A reminder. A reminder. These were concepts for Dr. Mundo's rework. This is what he... Oh, geez, why is that image so small? This is what he ended up looking like. Like, almost none of these... Like, the ideas are there, sure. Yeah, that's what he ended up looking like. Spec the image? Yeah, weird. Tell me his story? Who, Dr. Mundo's? He was an insane... I don't even know his full story. Basically, he's crazy and thinks he's a doctor when he's not, and he's a masochist and heals from getting hurt. Oh, I thought you meant, like, look at the specs on the image. I don't know, it's just like... Yeah, my main ramble with that, though, is that, like, it's concept art. It's not going to look exactly like that silhouette does. There's going to be adjustments. I can almost promise you there's going to be adjustments. Purple Hulk, yeah, pretty much. He throws a cleaver. All of his spells cost health instead of mana. Don't ask me how throwing a cleaver makes him take damage. I don't know. It gets it back if he hits something, though, so I don't know how that works either. I don't know. Also, I think we're gonna do the animal, and then I think we're gonna call it a night. My mouth is, I am fucking dry. If you're curious on the animal, um, I have an idea. I know the animal today. Y'all are gonna like the animal today, I promise. I don't know. I think we got a lot of good footage today, honestly. I think it was a really good build, all things considered. It's a chicken. We're doing a chicken today. Don't ask me why the chicken's so big. Don't worry about that. Wow, that did not take. Okay, I'm gonna like actually work on this. I'm not gonna make this take 2 seconds to be done with. I'm gonna actually work on this. Chicken with an. Oh yeah, I could do the egg. Oh, you're so right. Hang on. Oh no, I got an idea. I got an idea. Hang on. Move the chicken up. Is that rust colored or Scarlet? That's rust. Where's Scarlet? I don't have Scarlet Egg downloaded. I guess he dislocates his arm. He also has one where he does shock therapy on himself, and any damage he takes during it, or any damage he does during it, he presses the button again to end it, and he heals all of it back. It's a really it's an interesting idea. I am suddenly really hungry, and I don't know why. I ate today already. Yeah, it's usually and I post them in the Discord every night. Why does that just fit? What? Why does that just fit? Where's my blur? Is that blur? Yeah, blur. It looks so real, chat. Can we have Mr. Tweety from Chicken Run in the background slightly transparent? Sure, why not? Why not? Whoops. These fuckers are up to something. Oh, can I not, like... Oh, man, I wish I could, like, pixel perfect... I wish I could, like, pixel perfect zoom in on that. Anything else? Is there anything else to add to this? Oh, no, I could, hang on, there has to be a PNG of it, right? No, there's not! Wait. No, I can use this. I can totally use this. I can't see where the wheels start. I'm just kind of guessing. I can sell this. So much safer for a car at a barn with pyramid as a chicken with it. Yeah, I know, I know. You might say it's a waste of time. No, fuck, I laughed. You know what? You know what? Fuck the antenna. No one's gonna see it anyways. It's gonna be too pixelated. Okay, I think that's close enough. Horseshoes, hand grenades, and government work close enough. All that just to have it back here. What an amazing picture I've made. What would my reaction be if the anniversary chapter ends up being Godzilla? Apathetic. I really wouldn't care too much. Again, my licenses are already in the game. I don't really care that much about what licenses get in at this point. Wait, why the car? It's James Sunderland's car. He's watching it. He knows something's going on. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, chat. We made this together. Apathy for the big G. Yeah. I'm not the biggest Godzilla fan, personally, so... I don't hate Godzilla. I think Godzilla's cool, but I don't, you know... But, chat, I think with that, we're going to call it a night there. We'll probably test Scarlet Egg more tomorrow, see if I can come up with any other builds. It has been nice to use hook perks on Pyramid Head for once. But, same day tomorrow, guys. I love you all as always. Have a good one. And yeah. Bye.